morning, everyone. Welcome to Craft. This is Monday morning, 7 a.m. I have my coffee and I have my plans right here. Now, today, the mad scientist will experiment with coffee beans. By the way, thank you for all the ideas under the short video. I made a note of them, and we probably do every single one of them which is possible to make. Now, in today's agenda, I will make a tray using tin foil, coffee, epoxy, and some wood. The plan is... Alright, can you see it now? Good. So, the plan is that... Let me show you my drawing here. So, this is the mold. This is the mold, right? It's a cross section of the mold. I will put a piece of wood here inside the mold. I will put 3 coats of epoxy. This is going to be a 3-piece pour. So the first coat will be a gold yellow colored coat, and I will put aluminum foil in it for effect, and then I will put a layer of coffee beans as a second coat, and I will cover those coffee beans in epoxy, of course, to stick it to the gold, to the first coat. And then as a top coat I will cover everything once it dries with clear. My idea is to have the crumpled aluminum's reflection underneath the coffee beans. I don't want to fully fill it up with coffee beans. I just want to have some coffee beans on it, and I want to see the aluminum foil with the gold coloring coming through from underneath. That would be the background for the coffee beans. And what I think is the first challenge is that I need to submerge the aluminum foil in the coffee beans, and I need to make sure that there is no air stuck underneath. If air is stuck underneath, then when the whole thing dries, I need to flip it over, build a dam around the edge of the piece, and fill up the bottom with epoxy just to make sure it's completely flat. Anyhow, that is basically the rough idea for today's project. This is not going to be a one-day project. This is going to be probably the week's project because, epoxy has to dry. But yeah, we're going to start with this one. So, let's get the show on the road, I say. Right. So the next step is I got my trusty flower tray here, and I got my piece of curved, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's curved and it's also cracked. This is a pine board, spruce, pine, I don't know how you say it in your country. It's basically the Christmas tree. It's very cheap, it grows very fast, and it's the lowest quality wood you can get. But for a serving tray or for purposes I'm working with it, it is good because it's easier to handle, and I don't have access to very special woods often, so I use what I get. Anyhow, I lost my measuring tape, so I'm gonna do and mark. I will mark the edge of the board here to the tray. I'm gonna go in a 0.5 centimeter more than it should be. Have you guys ever got into a situation when you had your tape measure in your hand the previous day and the next day you just can't find it? I constantly have this. I have this love-hate relationship with my tape measure. We've been together for the better half of this decade, and she likes to disappear on me often. Anyway, so I get my whatever this is in English. It's called a square, I think. Anyway, so I put my square to the straight edge of the board, and I try to draw a straight line. It doesn't matter because we're gonna go to the chop saw and we're gonna cut it down. Yay! First, I need to make some space. Here we go. In my previous video, in the cheap tool unboxing, I told you about never buying a cheap, extremely strong power tool which can actually kill you. And I'm talking about experience. I bought this chop saw. It works like this, and it's made out of metal. It's kind of sturdy, but somehow like 10-15 years ago, I used to use a Makita proper big chop saw, and let me tell you, that was already better build quality than this one. So I'm using this because I can't afford any other, but if I would have a chance, I would buy an actual proper chop saw, because this is just, yeah, it's not the best, but hey, it does does what it needs to do. So what I do, I put the piece here, mark it, cut it, and what I always do is I'll try to straighten out the edge here too, because you never know. Pretty straight though, but hey. I had to straighten out the blade and everything. So yeah, this was not a good buy, but this was what I could afford. Anyway, to the next stage. You have to see this. That's Benny. That's my baby cat, and he's enjoying the morning sun in the trash. He's my little baby. Next up, I'm gonna introduce Svetlana to the board. It's named after a very famous hammer. So because we have this crack in the board, where are you? Here you are. So we have this crack in the board. I'm just gonna use a hammer throw or a hammer hit from here on this side, and hopefully it cracks in a very nice shape. That is the plan. So I put it to the wall and the ground in 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna hit it with the butt of the axe, like so. And you can see the soft part of the wood is right here. I don't know what's it called, but basically no good. This is not good for building or anything, but it's gonna work with our epoxy project today. So back to the cave. I will probably break this video up to 2 parts. So I just wanna, walk you through the thing I'm doing. And the idea is that I will pour, I'm thinking I'm gonna pour some epoxy in the bottom, as I did before. And then I'm gonna put the aluminum foil in here on top of the epoxy, but like laid down slowly so the air can get out, or something, from the middle to the end, something like that. I'm gonna leave this piece of board here. This piece of board is not straight, it's not flat whatsoever, it curves up this way, and I want to put it in with the knots to the top because that looks more cool. in my opinion. So I'm just gonna, you know, put it here snugly, and then I'm gonna weight this down. What could go wrong? I always think about what can go wrong, what can I fuck up, what can I mess up, and sorry about the swearing. Dear viewer, I'm really working on it, but hey, I can't deny that my godfather was a taxi driver and I'm from the village and we swear like animals there. So sorry about that. Anyhow, yeah, let's mix some epoxy, guys, and go from there. Okay, I'm gonna run you through the process. So I mixed up 2 parts A, 1 part B, and some YouTubers and some epoxy teachers are very particular about how to mix the epoxy. Make sure you scrape down the sides, make sure you don't make so much bubbles. Now I'm using the medium viscosity epoxy, which means I can pour this up to 2 to 3, so an inch. I can pour this up to an inch, which means that for 1 square something it should be 1 inch thick. All I'm saying is the thicker the epoxy you get, the harder it is to get rid of the bubbles. This is kind of a medium viscosity, so bubbles will fly out. On the tin it says that I should only use a pedal mixer with some certain RPM, not too fast, not too slow, but I don't care. I just hit it, you know, and I mix it as fast as I can. And when I pour it out, the bubbles eventually get out most of the time. If not, it is what it is, you know. But if I want to get rid of the bubbles like real good, then I put some alcohol, 95% alcohol in it, and I wait for it to like come up, and I just blowtorch it or hot air gun it and just get rid of it. Anyway, let's do the mixing or pre-mix. What I do is I change the turning direction of the pedals once in a while. Okay, I think I'm gonna move you closer. How's that? Better? Okay, so for tinting or coloring, we are going to use resin dye. This is not ink, it is dye. The difference between ink and dye: ink consists of many different chemicals, okay? And dyes, it's basically the coloring and the carrier liquid. This is made of benzyl alcohol, water, and toner. Okay, so basically it has the dye in it, water in it, and has some denatured alcohol, or I think that's benzyl alcohol, or some kind of an alcohol in it. So I want to have this to be yellowish. And I'm gonna put some food dye in it just for fun, just to let's see what happens, you know, because on this channel we always experiment. So this is a very fancy Johnsoff yellow color, okay, and of course it's not sponsored, because who the hell would sponsor me? It's a cake something, whatever, and it expires in 2 years, so hey, bottoms up. Wink. I think that should be more than enough. Oh yeah, and this is, you know, water-based, food safe, whatever. Anyhow, That's what I have right now. Let's get this paddle mixer in it and start cooking. Hey, pun intended. All right, this shit looks like American orange juice. Oh, you should see the Greek orange juice. It actually tastes like orange and it's made of orange. I want this to be a little bit more amber. Do I have anything to put in? I have a little bit of brown. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of brown in it. Couldn't hurt, could it? Okay, brown. Let me open it first. I put some brown in it. Okay. All right. Looking good. And now I'm gonna put the aluminium in it. Oh my god. Can you actually see what I'm doing? Oh no. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting this bad boy up. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to make sure that it touches all the edges, especially to the wood. Or you know what? I'm gonna go under the wood a little. Yeah, like so. Okay. And in the end, when it's done, I'm gonna hit it from the bottom and give it a coat. Just to be cool about it. Okay. All right. So, shall we do the experiment part now? We should, shouldn't we? All right, here goes nothing. It looks yellow. Okay, I just did it. I just did a thing. All right, coffee time. Where is my Flammenwerfer? I lost my blowtorch. Ah, found that. And now see, and all the bubbles are gone. That was easy. Okay. I need to weigh this down. And I am going to use a very, very special technique. I'm gonna use the epoxy to weigh it down. Like so. Okay? And this is how we look. Looks pretty good. Okay, so this is the first part. I'll see you guys when this one is almost cured. Alright, situation report on the coffee table tray. Or coffee, whatever, you know, the tray. I have poked some holes into the tin foil because it just came up to the surface, something like that. So I got the air out, poked some holes, and now it's resting. Checking in on this. Curing very nice. Can't wait for the coffee. Well, I had lunch, and the thing is, it's 30 degrees outside in Celsius. So, this boy has cured. Like, cured. I need to scuff it up and put them coffee beans on top of it. Now, one of you have mentioned in the comment sections of the short video that I should clean these with acetone before I, ooh, it smells so good, before I pour them in. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna put some acetone in this, I'm gonna swivel it around, and then I put it out to dry, and then we're gonna put it in here. I don't think I need these anymore because it has literally hardened. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me set up and I'll see you guys in a minute. Well, hello again, beautiful people. I have... ow. Okay. Sanded the thing. Cleaned this thing with acetone. And I had a prickle in my finger from this thing, a thorn, and now I put it in acetone and ouch. Anyway, coffee goes in. And I would like to spread it out to some degree. I don't want it to go to the edge because I would like to cut off this part. So just want to spread out the coffee a little, you know. I think it's too much. I want less coffee. This is too much. I want to see the bottom. So I need something to put this in, and I don't want to put it back. Now then. Okay. So now I have coffee randomly occupying. I'm sorry about the wobbling. I should get a proper tripod. Now I have this Buy Me a Coffee account. I probably have the link pinned in the top comment or link below or something, and that is where you can basically support me if you want to. I have you can throw $5 at me, which basically helps me out to purchase resin and buy some stuff for the channel, like a proper tripod, maybe a mic, maybe some soundproofing in this place, you know, just to get the quality going. And of course it would help me pay the bills, buy food, do essentials. A 20-minute video takes about a half a day to make, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And if you can't afford, or if you don't want to throw money at me, that's also totally fine. Videos will still come, videos will not stop, because I'm doing this for not monetary reasons. I'm doing this because I think art belongs to everyone, and I would like to empower everybody around me to start creating and make this world a better place. But that's enough rambling. So yeah, if you want to throw a $5 or a $10 at me, or you want to do it monthly, that's the buy me a coffee link somewhere around the video. And now I think we have the coffee spread out evenly. You know, it's pretty cool. And I think it's time to put a little bit of epoxy here. I'm gonna mess it up again, aren't I? Anyway, mix up epoxy, put it in here. Let's go. It's time to pour some epoxy. This whole YouTube thing is so new to me. I'm so not used to these guys, honestly. All this attention and all this support. I mean, I'm grateful because I don't have nasty people here. Everybody is just being cool, being an artist, you know, and being nice to me. And I never got this much acknowledgement in my life, ever, basically. And it feels good. It feels humbling. It feels a little bit scary, but all in all, I feel that I add something to this world, you know, what I always wanted. And I'm grateful for this, for whatever is happening right now. You know, I'm grateful for every single one of you to come. And basically the most valuable thing on this earth is time. And the fact that you are giving me your time when you watch my stuff and when you watch me fumble around with all this shit. Sorry about the swearing. But yeah, so when you give me your time, that is the most valuable thing someone can give to some other person. And I will always be grateful for that, guys. And I don't even know how to thank you. You know, I don't know how to speak the professional speak and all that, you know, pro YouTuber stuff and all that fancy, high powered, high energy American stuff and how other people do it. I can just simply let my mind wander and just let things come out of my mouth, and hopefully it makes sense to you. But yeah, I'm eternally grateful for every single one of you who comes here and spends some time with me while I'm trying to make something out of nothing. And yeah, you know, this channel always been my escape. When I made a video, when I documented something, it was my escape from the real world, escape from suffering through this recession in the late stage capitalism, escape from all the political BS that comes here from the West and circles out, and all these wars and all these everything that comes to us. When I made these videos, I could be just a creator, I could be just the artist making the art and talking to an imaginary audience or showing it to an imaginary audience. I played a YouTuber, and now I have real people. I have real people here who are watching and interacting with me, and that means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you to be here. So yeah, that's basically the ramble of this video. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I think I spread it out pretty neat. Back to the task at hand. And I think it looks pretty good. And you can still see the aluminum foil in the bottom. So basically what I think I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna chop it down here somewhere, chop it down here, and cut the edge off here. So try to keep the coffee beans in here, inside. It looks like there's a pattern in it. My brain wants to put a pattern in it, and I want to destroy the pattern, but by destroying the pattern, I'm making more patterns. Weird how my brain works. Anyhow, we're gonna let this dry, and I'll see you guys after. Look what I found. My tape measure. I left it in the windowsill outside, obviously. Anyway, it's only a half an hour past. Nothing serious happened. I have to move a little bit because I have to move the beans a little bit because some of them started wandering around due to paranormal activities, I guess, or something of a sort. But yeah, still liquid, still goopy, all that jazz. I need to stop touching it and looking myself out from this place. Never ever. I'm not saying never ever. It is really hard to work with ADHD. Anyway, I'm gonna look myself out now. Bye. Well, hello, beautiful people. It is the afternoon, and we got goopy, as you can see. So, I have mixed up another batch of this beautiful resin, and I only wanted to make 750 grams, but I messed up part B, so I added way too much part B to it. So I had to add another extra part A, so now I have about a kilo. Let's see how it fares. So I'm just gonna pour it on the coffee beans and hope for the best, that they don't start to float. And the new batch of resin not gonna dissolve the previous batch of resin. Yay. I know, I should dance instead of singing. But hey, you can't have everything. It's entertainment what I'm gonna craft today. Alright. It covers every single coffee bean, which is good. I mean, that was basically what we wanted. I'm just gonna leave this here for now. Drink a sip of water. I had this nightmare where I had my sippy cup next to the epoxy cup, and I drank the epoxy instead of the water. So now I'm painfully aware of where is my sippy cup and where is the epoxy. I heard that I heard that some miniature painters who do acrylic painting, they usually drink their brush water instead of their cup of tea. I heard that. That's a common thing. I don't want to do that with epoxy resin. So yeah, me rambling again. Get the fire out. All right. I think we have a winner. Ooh, dude. What the Whoa, I have to show you this. Oh my god, this is so amazing. Okay, okay, check out them beans. Do you see it? Oh, does the camera give it back? It's like they are suspended in air. Because we put it on the top of the yellow. So basically they're above the tin foil and the yellow. And they are suspended in the clear. So they have this 3D effect. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, if the camera picks up well enough. Oh my god, this is fucking amazing. I didn't know it's gonna happen. Anyway, we wait for this to dry, probably overnight, pop it from the mold, and we carry on. See where this takes us. Checking in again. So coffee beans started floating up, and because it was way too full, I had to remove some of the hardening resin. I put some ink dye in it, no, alcohol dye, and I'm gonna pour it into the glass because this is excess resin now officially, and I'm going to add the solar powered LED strip into this bottle, and we're gonna start a new bottle light. Yeah, you know what, let me show you how I do it. That's pretty impromptu, but yeah, bear with me. Alright, let's zoom out a little. Okay, alright, so here we go. Ooh, this is nice and pink. I did not mix the dye in 100% because I want to have the streaks kept. So yep, dye goes in. It's already a half bottle. This is way too much, so I have to cool this down before it goes critical and starts to go off explosively, or the chain reaction becomes uncontrollable. So for that I'm going to put some alcohol dye in there. No, not dye, sorry, it's been a long day of video editing. So I'm gonna put some isopropyl alcohol in it after I put this in. I like to keep it twisted a little. It's a fiddly job, but someone got to do it. Alright, go there, go there. There you go. Dip, 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 dip. Alright. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Go back. Okay, I'm gonna leave this much out because God knows what's gonna happen here. And I'm gonna put some isopropyl 95% pure alcohol in this to thin it up enough so the curing process slows down a bit. Okay, calm down, calm down. We are in control. We are in control of our own emotions. This is gonna be pink. Pink as heck. Okay, let me give you a close-up. Hold on. That's it. And I need to cool this down, so I'm gonna get some frozen peas, put it in a bucket, and put this in the frozen peas. Anyway, I'll show you. Okay, I don't have frozen peas, but I have a tub full of super chilled water, and I am putting this in the middle, and I will put this away from the access of pets or away from humans, just to make sure that it doesn't go critical, or if it does, it's not gonna hurt anyone. Okay, be very careful when you do this, because this can explode the glass and it could shatter, and yeah. So if you actually accidentally pour too much, try to cool it down as much as you can. Okay, this is the evening and we are checking in on the side quest. And let me just say that this water dip thing has worked. On the top you can see the alcohol, and yeah, it's almost completely cured. It's really cold. It's not heated up at all. So yeah, I consider this a win solution. So yeah, if you have something which is a lot in volume height, then put it in water. If it's possible. Anyway, this worked for that, and let's check on the coffees now. And we are back. Some of the coffee beans are still floating. Epoxy is getting goopy, which is good. And I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for overnight, and then I'm gonna pour another half a kilo on top, just to make sure it's gonna be heavy enough. Alright, see you guys in the morning, I guess, with fresh coffee. Yay! Good morning, everyone. This is the next day, and our coffee something is done. Now, this is going to be way too big for a tray, I think. But I might make an end table out of it. I'm not sure. Maybe a tray. Long story short, what happened here is I poured yellow over tin foil. Then I put the coffee beans on top. Then I put some clear coat over it. Then I put another coat of clear coat over it. And then I realized they're started to float. But this created this. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this. So coffee beans are suspended in the air, which is also my thing. So yeah. So I went around the edge of the mold, and here it popped away, but here is still squishy. So I need to give it some more hours. Meanwhile, I can work on something else. But first, I'm gonna finish this coffee. I'll see you guys then. Checking on the side quest a day later. It works. So basically what happened here is I poured too much epoxy in it, I put it in the water, I left it overnight, and lo and behold, it works. So yeah, that's something I learned today. Alright, basically every surface is covered with projects today, so we moved to the terrace. And I'm gonna share the popping with you all. I'm not gonna leave you out of it. Okay. I'm gonna give it a go. Just needs a bit of encouragement. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, you guys ready? Let's see how the bottom looks. Oh, come on now. Don't want to come out. It's a bit shy. And come on. Whoa. All right, so I almost broke my phone, which is not fun. Okay, so this is what we have. Sorry about that. Let's have a look. So we got these cells here, which are okay, so which are not filled with resin. Okay, it's a little bit flexible because I left it out on the sun and it's fucking hot right now. It's like 70-80 degrees. So I'm gonna let it cool down. Yeah, you know, I overheated it, but after curing, so now the whole thing is like flexible as heck. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna leave it upside down, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it upside down, and I'm gonna fill the holes with a thin coat of epoxy. And once that dries, sand it smooth, or level the top first and then fix the bottom afterwards. I'm gonna think about this in the afternoon, and yeah, we get back to this one when it cooled down. I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, quick sit rep from the shack. I sanded off the top after I filled it out, and I have noticed that we have a little bit of a problem here and here in the corner. So the tin foil has created a cavity, and what I usually do is I get some baking soda and super glue and I create a putty and I fill it in and I sand it flat. But I ran out of baking soda, so I am going to use a very fancy material, which is basically the dust, epoxy dust from the sander, and I'm gonna mix it with super glue and I'm gonna make a putty out of it. And I'm not sure if you want to see it, but yeah, if you want, you know what? Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Or hold on. Sorry about that. So I have, you know what? It is time I use these tops. I'm gonna get some epoxy dust out. It's a bit of wood dust, a bit of epoxy dust mixed together. And I'm gonna find my super glue, which I just did. I found this super glue in the tool store down in the village, and I don't know if you have it in your country, but if you press these two buttons, a valve opens here and the super glue comes out. Otherwise, it won't. So yeah, that's a nifty little thing I just figured out, or I just found. So I'm gonna put some CA in here. Okay, this is immediately curing. Yep. Okay, cured immediately, which is good. Shit, I can't take you over there, but trust me, I'm gonna do it and I'll show you when it's done. Alright, so a little bit of smoke and some dusting later, I have built up this layer of, I'm sorry. Okay, so now I have enough body to sand it down. Yay! So this is what I'm gonna do now. Sanding, smoothing, polishing. You've seen it in the previous video, so I'm not gonna repeat it. But we will come back when I'm doing the finishing. I'll see you guys then. Hey gang! So I'm gonna give you some new perspectives because the other table is full of junk and I managed to clear this one up just a little bit. Now, what I have done here is I have, oh, funky. So I have sanded up the top of the wood up to 240 grit. Okay, so it's not splinter. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about this because I'm gonna fix this later. I sanded this one up to 240, yes, and I sanded this one up to 5000. Then I used that cheap ass battery powered polisher we tested the other day and I polished it up to a fine shine like I did it in the polisher test. Something to note, I was able to polish up this piece and I was able to polish up the pistachio table with one battery charge, which is basically you can polish up like this size with one battery charge. So the battery is really, really bad, but it serves my purpose. Yes, it serves my purpose. So I polished it up and I applied a very, very thin coat of beeswax on it, and this beeswax is from Germany. This is the cheapest you can get on Amazon, of course. And what am I saying? Yeah, so I wait for it to dry and then I will buff it up. But for the wood, we're gonna do the magic juice because it's high time I use the magic juice again. I did so many flat coats last month. Guys, I missed oiling wood and I missed wood. So it is time to get the magic juice out. You see this crusty old jar? This crusty old jar is filled with 1-to-1 ratio of the gorgeous mineral spirit or white spirit. Yeah, depends where you're from. Insert a racist joke here. And pure tung oil. This is made in England, I think. Yeah. This is the only one I can get because I know this brand. I used to live in England, so what I do is I get same part white spirit and same amount of tung oil, put it in a jar, do the cocktail. I'm way taller than Tom Cruise and I'm much more sexier than him, but still, you can learn something from the guy. So that's what I did. And now, the fun part. I'm gonna get a glove. Ooh, this now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go OnlyFans level. Okay, so this is gonna get sensual. Can't show my face on camera. Yeah, so I think I should start an OnlyFans and a link tree and all that jazz, because now we're gonna get up close and personal with my wood. There you go. So what I do is dab my piece of paper into the lubricant or the lotion, and I'm gonna apply it to my wood, and I'm gonna spread it out on my wood very, very gently. Make sure that I spread it out evenly, and the lubricant touches every part of my wood. Okay. And this is woodworking after dark with me. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so you just apply a coat, very thin coat. You don't have to go crazy, and you make sure you don't hit the epoxy, or try not to hit the epoxy with it, because it has white spirit on it, and it will mess up your polish. So that is basically why it has a coat of wax on it. I know it dissolves the wax, but anyway, be careful. That's all I'm saying. And let it work itself in. We will come back to this in 30 minutes, repeat the procedure about 2 or 3 times, and then once the third time is cured, we're gonna hit it with pure tung oil just to create a coat, and we're gonna finish that up. But you're gonna join me for that for sure. There we go, we are back. Now I put 3 coats of thin tung oil on top of this, and it is nice and wet, but I think it's time to just wrap this thing up and get on with the show. So what I'm gonna do now is cover the baby with fresh micros and flip it over and fuck it up immediately. So basically the goal is not to scratch the epoxy art, and I managed to flip it. Okay, so I still have the few cavities here and there, and I'm gonna deal with it later. TM. I'm sure you said that before, and I'm sure you know what that means. But we are professional makers, and we gonna perfect our craft. Now, I wanted to share something important with you guys, because I bought a lovely little end table with this plywood top, and it had 4 legs that came with it. 4 of these beautiful rebar welded legs, and it came with all the things you need to attach it. Now, funny story, these rebar legs individually here in Greece cost about, not individually, but the pack of 4 costs about 30 to 40 euros plus delivery, which is about 40 to 50 euros, which is pretty. Euros and dollars are almost interchangeable. Okay, so work with that. Now, what I'm trying to say is this table costed me 17 euros and free delivery. So basically I got 4 legs with the whole ironmongery with it for less than buying them individually. And this is the state we live in right now. I hate to do this, you know, I hate to buy these stuff, but because I know how it was made, and I know, you know, we all know. But it's literally cheaper to buy an entire table than and salvage the legs of it than buy proper ironmongery from basically the same web shop. And I find it ridiculous, and I find it kind of sad. Because the dreams in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. I was a moody teenager. Now I just need to figure out which way I want to have them. I want to have them. You know, I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have them like this or like this. I'm gonna have them like this. Yes. And that's how I'm gonna have them. Okay. So this goes like that. Basically eyeballing it. I use my finger as a spacer because it's just such a teeny tiny small table. It doesn't really matter if you miss a millimeter here and there. You know, this is not gonna mess up the balance or anything. Only thing is these are not height adjustable, so you need to put these on flat, even ground, I guess, when you're putting them. How does this look? Yeah, I'm happy with this. Okay, so I got these. Oh, you know what? No. What are these bolts for? Why would... Oh, yeah, because originally bolt... Okay. Originally it has the thing in the thing. I speak the language of the Englishes. Anyway. Jesus Christ, what are you? Go outside. What kind of animal are you? Please leave. There you go. Good enough. So you usually pre-drill this. Is this... Oh yeah. Okay, now I see the error of my base. This isn't gonna work. Yeah, this is a problem. What am I gonna do then? How am I gonna... Because the tabletop is not thick enough, and this screw is gonna just vroom, go through the whole thing. And I don't want that. How am I gonna solve this situation? What if I just glue it here? Do I have any shorter screws? No, of course not. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. Alright, let me think about this and I come back to you in a minute. Okay, cool. So, what the hell is this noise? Anyway, so this is what we're gonna do. I cut these 4 pieces of wood and I will attach them to the piece like so. And I'm gonna use CA glue to do that. That is basically what I'm gonna do. put some weight on it. Yeah, I should have thought of this before. Also, I didn't want to put a frame under it because, oh, I just wanted to do this. I know I could have done a frame, or I could have done a bed for the whole piece. I done it with the Atlas table. I just wanna put some legs on it now, and I can always I can always just rip off the glued piece and put another kind of leg on it if I want to. You know. Okay. Okay, you're on. Good. I'm glad we agreed on that. Okay, so here goes nothing. I need to pre-drill this. Always pre-drill, always pre-drill. Never ever skip a pre-drill. Because the only time when you don't pre-drill, that is the time you need it most. And you pre-drill because if you don't pre-drill, you can snap the piece of wood. You're trying to attach something to. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Don't tighten it on one end because it has to hold it evenly. Okay. Okay, I did the thing. It's a lag and it's on. It is on. It is on the on state. Very well. Time to do some sketchy shit. Alright. Don't forget the leg and make sure the leg is facing the right direction. Yo, okay, calm down. I need to release this up a little because I need some space to play. Okay. Okay. Guys, I think this is working. Kind of weird, but finally I have a project which finally is gonna be over. I have like 4 projects running at the same time, and it's hiccup after hiccup after hiccup after hiccup, and I really need this win right now. I really need to get something out of the shed because it's becoming overwhelming that everything is here and I can't finish a project. Please don't fall. Yay! Alright. Enough screwing around. Oh, come on. Okay. That's good enough for me. Old silicone. Okay. Let's clean this up. Finish this up nice. All right. Here goes nothing. It's a table. It has 4 legs. Okay. Let me show you. Here she is in all her glory. There we go. Okay, so let me add one more coat of pure tung oil and let me polish up the top. And I'll see you guys outside and we're gonna have a proper look at it. There she is. Alright, so 4 days later, and a bunch of blood, sweat, and tears later, we finally have it. The coffee table with tin foil and 3D coffee bean effect. I'll be honest, guys, I can't see yet on my phone screen, but I hope it will come out really neat in post or in the editor, and I hope you can see what kind of a miracle just happened here on accident. Yeah, I'm really proud of this piece, and it was just an experiment, you know. We just experimented with tin foil, some coffee beans, and some cheap wire legs, you know. But we learned a lot. I hope you did too. And big shout out to Amanda, who just became my supporter on buymeacoffee.com, and she made sure that my puppy is gonna have premium kibble and I will have some bean juice in my system for the next while to be able to make you some nice and cozy videos. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this adventure. As usual, you know what the YouTubers say: like, share, and sub, and all that jazz. And you know the drill. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this project. Let me know your ideas. Let me know how you would have gone about it. And if you have any questions or if you need any help, just throw it in the comment section. And we have a lovely, amazing community here. and every single one of them are amazing artists and amazing makers, and they will help you if I can't. But I always monitor the comment section in case if I can help anyone. Anyway, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.